On March 14, 2022, Lamar Jackson quote-tweeted a Say Cheese post where they showed all of the new emojis being released and said, "Why the buddy pregnant?" This is the Museum of Twitter, the show where we talk about the most important tweets in the history of Twitter.com. It's Sports Tweet Saturday, and last football season in episode 105, I covered one of Lamar Jackson's iconic tweets, and this football season, I'm covering his other iconic tweet, when he asked the question, "Why the buddy pregnant?" So what's going on here is that in this update for emojis, one of these series of emojis they made was a series of pregnant men emojis. This was not without controversy, obviously, because anything involving gender identity and gender expression will create controversy these days. But Lamar had a very simple reaction, just saying, "Why the buddy pregnant?" Like, he was far from the only person to ever have any questions about this decision, but the reason why he went viral is because he says the buddy. If Lamar had said, "Why are there pregnant men?" it probably just would have been like a small headline of people being like, "Lamar Jackson criticizes emojis for having a pregnant male emoji," but no, he didn't say that. He said, "Why the buddy pregnant?" Which is just a bizarre and frankly hilarious way to phrase it, even as someone who does think that there should be a pregnant man emoji, because, like, sure, gender expression is weird. People who identify as men can get pregnant. And a funny and annoying thing is that looking at the responses and quotes of this tweet, so many people were like, "Oh my god, the left is gonna yell at you so much. Like, oh my god, the LGBT people are gonna be pissed at you. Lamar, they're gonna cancel you. Like, whole gang of females that look like this about to be on you. They finna cancel bro for this one. Careful, Lamar, with a response like that, the media will label you transphobic and cancel you for saying something so reasonable." Okay, this one was a little funny. The cabaret said, "Yo, Brody, chill. The LGBTQ gonna call you an RB." But honestly, I scrolled for a really long time, about as long as the Twitter app would let me, and I really don't think I found anyone who was, like, pissed at Lamar. I barely found anyone who actually answered Lamar's question, and the closest to angry that any of those answers were from Josh saying trans men exist, Lamar, which, like, is true. And lots of people, including Jasmine's version, said, "Most people are just making jokes, so I'll explain it in case anyone is curious or cares to know. Transgender men can still have biological female reproductive parts and be able to carry a baby." And I just think that that mismatch of people saying, "Oh my god, people are gonna be so mad at you," and so few people actually being mad at him, is really instructive with how the internet works. I think most people, even most people who understand why there is the pregnant man emoji, were like, "This is silly that he said that." And, like, yeah, most people don't understand the nuances of gender identity and transgender people, and, like, that's not the end of the world. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think a lot of people interpreted this comment as being, like, super hateful or anything. And, like, the only people who actually interpreted it as, like, an anti-woke screed were people who are themselves anti-woke. Like Glenn BC, who quote-tweeted it this year and said, "Anti-woke Lamar Jackson, all of America's behind you." Or I will admit, another good joke was when Lamar Jackson was a free agent, Jonathan Snyder said, "We can rule out San Fran." But the big legacy of this tweet is just the phrase, "Why the buddy pregnant?" It's inextricably tied to this emoji, like when Alex Cohen said in February, "While we're at it and undoing things for the past few years, can we finally get rid of the pregnant man emoji?" And Uncle Caitlin, among other people, said, "No, we cannot get rid of the why the buddy pregnant emoji. It's important Lamar Jackson history." And this is also used as a joke to describe men with big guts. Like, DJ tweeted out the emoji edited to look like Big Cat from Barstool with the caption, "Why the buddy pregnant?" And Embrace the Pace quoted this photo of former North Carolina football head coach Mac Brown with "Why the buddy pregnant?" And a place I saw it used recently which made me laugh is when it was announced that before week 1 of the NFL season, Micah Parsons may have to be given an epidural injection. Molly quoted that with the Lamar Jackson screenshot saying, "Why the buddy pregnant?" Once again, I think it's just interesting that the actual way that people use this on a day-to-day basis is just as a funny phrase, but if you look at the response to it at the time, so many people think it's going to be a big controversy. He said, "Why the buddy pregnant?" It's funny. And it is funny to look back at this new emoji set and be like, wow, people were joking about the pregnant man emoji, but in actuality, the most impactful emoji, in my opinion, that was released here, is the emoji I might use the most in text messages, which is this one. Follow me for a new tweet every day, and please consider joining my Patreon, patreon.com/Museum of Twitter, where you get to vote on what I cover on Subscriber Sundays on my Discord, and you get a weekly bonus series called the Museum of Not Twitter.